Good evening, everyone. Daniel Miller here. How are you guys doing? Long time no see in Destiny. We've had a short break of a week or so, 10 days maybe, and we've done the Division 1 and Apex and the Division 2 beta as well. And as said, we are coming back to our beloved Destiny world yet again. We are going to be resuming with our Destiny 1 daily broadcast as from today. I've had some true, dedicated, hardcore Destiny veterans who are asking a simple question, well, what's happened to Destiny? Why aren't we watching it anymore? And the fact is, I've had lots of different works done on the channel, and we've taken a direction through which we are also attempting to partner with some of the major developers, and therefore we are promoting some of their latest games. I love those games. Apex and the Division 2 and Anthem are truly wonderful, and for anyone who watched the broadcast, you'd see that we had lots of people coming in to play the game together with me, and we had some conversations going. We had some very good reviews held, very busy reviews for Anthem and for the Division 2. And our Destiny community indeed was very present here in this forum as well. It's delighted to see that some of our Destiny veterans were also trying Anthem and the Division 2, and I'm quite certain that some of them are actually doing the Division 2 even today as I speak. The reason for that is simple: the game has been released on Friday, and there is an unprecedented interest for that wonderful open world tactical shooter, and its contents as well as the end game and everything else is just truly astonishing. And if you have a chance, definitely do buy it and do play it and do enjoy it, and do tell us what you felt about our recommendation. As far as Destiny is concerned, we are going to be progressing with our characters. We still have a bit left on our Titan in terms of the story missions, and then we also want to polish off our Warlock Hunter as well. And then we'll migrate to Destiny 2. We are going to be doing some dailies with strikes and maybe some other bits and pieces. But Destiny 2, Forsaken and the seasons are going to be our focus very shortly. So beware, be ready, buckle up and make sure you are there once we restart. We did have many Destiny 2 streams last year, but as I completed my brain's gone dead. As I completed Destiny 2 story missions, then I did not continue with the DLC, which is Forsaken and the Seasons, and therefore we just went back to Destiny 1 and we continued with our two other characters. Indeed, on Destiny 2 I still need to build my Hunter and my Titan, so there's a lot more work to be done there as well. But I have to take a decision whether I'll do this early or perhaps at a later date, because it may well be interesting for our viewers to watch DLC content and also to engage with annual seasons. I'll have to see. We'll take a decision. It might in fact result in a vote as well. I might run a small vote on my Twitter, and therefore you guys can tell me whatever you'd like to see best. So as tonight's stream is not going to be particularly lengthy, without further ado, we better just simply crack on. And we are going to be starting, of course, on our Titan. We've come to the final section of the game as far as the story missions are concerned, and this is what we are going to be doing today. So we have our destination. We need to see whatever is there to be done. We've not been here for about 10 days, so let's have a look. We'll go back to it just a moment. We need to see whether we probably need to go to another section. It looks like this one is King of the Mountain, level 42 story. Yep, that's right. That's probably going to be the next thing for us to do. But before we do that, I do want to see what we have on our missions. Vanguard Heroic Strikes I did do, and Chrono Shards, high value targets, Broken Will, Reforging the Blade, Calcified Fragments, Crucible, Husk of the Pit, the Taken Earth. Well, that's a raid, I think. Gather the Essences, Age of Triumph, Path of the Striker. It looks like no story missions are out here. And we've done, if I'm not mistaken, lots of Vanguard and Heroic Strikes the other time. So tonight we are going to be focusing on our story missions. Okay, so we'll go to the tower first to collect our bounties, and then we'll carry on. Before we commence with our story missions, and I believe the missions are going to be definitely part of Rise of Iron. We'll just double check and see whether there are any other missions that require a revisit or, you know, redoing. I do not think there are, as far as I remember. There we are, high above the ground, enjoying the beautiful views, and then proceeding to our beloved planet, to the final destination, which is the tower, our base. It's been very interesting doing all the other games, because I had the pleasure of engaging with lots of different players from worldwide. I must admit, doing the Division 1 has been very, very exciting. I had several teams made on the spot. All of them were really, really happy, friendly, positive, forward-thinking, and focused on our joint team effort. We had lots of fun, so I can most highly recommend to everyone, if you are a Destiny multiplayer gamer, definitely try also the Division 1 before you perhaps embark on the sequel as well, and get together with some of those teams. We had lots of fun, lots of good discussions, lots of interesting action, plenty of entertainment for everyone. And what I want to say also, I noticed a difference in the way my streams run, because Destiny is a highly immersive open world game, and you know, with Destiny we were able to play and talk, discuss things, do lots of things at the same time, because being focused on getting a score or neutralizing the enemy was not really the priority. It was all about the community activity, and that's so beautiful about Destiny as a game as well. With other games, Apex and particularly with the Division, well, both of them actually on the same footing as their shooters. Apex is a battle royale game, very, very popular at the moment. More than 50 million people worldwide are, you know, currently doing it and playing it. And then the Division 1 is your open world tactical shooter with lots of things to do, similar to Destiny. In fact, you always have these tasks and different things which need to be looked at. So really, really good and positive. And you know, the difference was quite great, because when you were doing those other two games, you were focused on getting the team effort done, getting the score, being focused on the action, so we didn't have that much time for chit-chats in between, because if you were walking the streets in the Division, or if you were trying to survive in the Apex world, you had to focus on the action. You know, in Battle Royale, other people are there trying to get rid of you, and if you weren't careful, you were just simply done. So I did notice the focus of the broadcasts have been significantly different. Some people liked it, some perhaps less so, but you know, every single game will have its own aura, its own world, its own atmosphere, and then us as broadcasters will engage with that accordingly. I did find that lots of people coming in on Apex were very, very highly competitive. They migrated from Battlefield and PUBG and Fortnite, and they were not interested in talking, they were interested in just doing the scores. And you know, some of them as part of a team, other people wanted a solo effort, so it's quite a variety. And as you know, I've played more than about 600 games on Apex, and you know, that's been a very, very good and very challenging experience, must admit. Needing to tune in to every single team, which is randomly made, with a new strategy, with new approaches, with new focus, has been very difficult. This is not something that I'm personally accustomed to, and it's been a major learning curve for me as well. With the Division 1, quite similar to Anthem, you have a team, in this instance, well, a team of four specialists with a variety of different bits and pieces, different kit, different abilities, and different power levels as well. And then you encounter all these kind of hostiles and enemies in a city which has completely broken down due to a major virus outbreak. So very, very interesting to see how people were interacting and indeed building connections through our community. I was very, very pleased to see, first and foremost, that the vast majority of the Division 1 gamers also play Destiny, really loved it, and really wanted to also revisit it. And also, in addition to that, we talked quite a bit about, a lot about the Division 2, the sequel that has just come out on Friday, as everyone was indeed highly anticipating its release, was very, very excited, and everyone looked forward to that exciting, wonderful gameplay. But this is exactly what we're going to do here tonight as well. So let's see if anybody wants to talk to us. I can tell you nobody, because I had already completed my inventory and all related. The only person we want to speak to is Zander, our bounty tracker. And we'll just collect a few bounties. Let's see. Patrol Venus will not collect. Full major soldiers defeated will take. Okay, we'll take those as well. And we'll take, 30 precision kills with my primary. So that sounds good. Everyone down below has been already resolved. We don't have to talk to anyone. As you can see, they're carrying on. And look at that beautiful view out there. I always stand here, look at this beautiful world, and imagine what it is going to be like when I come back after another ferocious, difficult and hard battle. You have somebody else, perhaps, who wants to dance a bit, and the other character is long gone. He did have this amazing outfit, has to be said. Alright, we'll look at the view, and as my character is enjoying those few moments of peace, tranquility, what I'm doing is I'm just looking at the missions. So progress, we've seen all of that, we know we do not need any of it, we just need to be going up in the orbit. We gathered our thoughts, had a moment of peace, and now we are simply looking forward to another battle. Once we get our thoughts together, we also acquire resilience. We feel a bit more feisty, a bit more determined, a bit more confident in order to engage the enemy. So on the moon, it's just patrols, or not. Well, this one I've done several times and I'm not doing it again. For some reason, there's this glitch in there, it doesn't want to register. Okay, so that, I guess we need to do, well, we've done already House of Wolves, Prison of Elders with my Titan. We didn't unlock the other ones, or maybe we didn't. We could do that some other time. Venus, we have patrolling, so we'll give this a miss. Mars, patrolling, we'll give this a miss. Dreadnought, these are all the missions that we've done many times. So by the looks of it, we have just this left, and that will be indeed the new story. So tonight we are starting with Rise of Iron. So get ready, buckle up, stand by, and then proceed. So we'll have a look at this, set challenge to 80. Launch! Off we go!
In the years after the collapse, the world had no guardians. It had only Iron Lords. Immortal, fearless. We fought to protect the survivors of a once great age. Our battle was about more than crawling back from the shadows. The Iron Lords would give humanity back its future. Some know the legend, but no one truly knows how the Iron Lords died their final deaths. That was something you had to be there for, to witness, to remember, to know even heroes can die, and survival is not always a victory. Now I am the lone sentry, and my watch is eternal, waiting for the day when whatever we disturbed awakens. The Iron Lords are gone, but our fight is far from over.
The House of Devils is back, and they're digging into old Golden Age research labs all across the system. This isn't a simple smash and grab. They're on a mission. At first, the Vanguard wasn't particularly concerned. At least, not until the Devils decided to move back into the Cosmodrome. Now the Devils are shifting a massive amount of resources to an area nearby that's been dark for centuries. Normally, I'd say it's just another day. Except, what's really got everyone talking is that Lord Saladin has left his post at the Iron Banner to take charge of the situation personally. Only rather than go straight to the Cosmodrome, Saladin wants us to investigate an abandoned observatory in the mountains. Very strange.
There we are, we arrived. This is the last DLC of Destiny 1, The Rise of Iron. Peak.
A group of Fallen has captured Fellwinter Peak. My team and I are en route, but we won't get there in time. I need you to secure the observatory at the top. It is imperative the Fallen do not establish a foothold on that mountain.
They shall not. I promise you, sire. Fear God, honor the king.
If the Fallen are working their way up the mountain, their goal is to take Vostok Observatory.
What would the Fallen want in an abandoned outpost?
Things better left buried.
So we are...
There is a gondola near your location. Take it up to the observatory.
Understood, sire. Over and out. So we are now needing to secure the observatory and then need to proceed to the temple, the Iron Temple. So, just got reminded of my favorite weapon. Hand cannon. One more left in there, but looks good, right? Yeah, he's hiding, look at him. Oh, another one's. Okay.
Whoa, this hasn't been activated for more than 400 years.
This cabin has not been activated for 400 years. Well, that is astonishing. It's like in very, very good condition. Stood there for 400 years. All possible though. So what we're going to do is we need to be travelling to that other section of the Winter Peak and then survive.
With this sort of reception, it might be a touch.
There's a courtyard in the rear of the facility. If you can secure that, you should be able to keep them from the Iron Temple until we arrive.
Wait, Iron Temple? Like Iron Banner? Iron Lords?
Stay focused. There's too much at stake.
Watch out! I think there's more of them. I don't think I like this little metal box anymore. You can't take another hit like that. Jump! I don't understand. If there's something so important up there, why wasn't the Vanguard protecting the temple all these years?
This place and its secrets are my responsibility.
very, very windy out here.
You know, this is more than a few fallen. Just for the record.
We cannot afford even one to claim what lies on that mountain.
Very, very cold. Freezing. Another one in there. Oh, look at him. And he was invisible. Mind you, this is a very, very powerful fusion rifle. It does the business, as you can see. Done.
Be careful. Picking something up nearby. Another one's out there, so by the looks of it. This is great.
let's walk down the steps and find out what really awaits us down there.
Servitor! Wait. Sepic's Prime? It's supposed to be dead. And there's something odd in the energy signature. It's not fallen, but it's regenerating.
Did you say it's regenerating? Kill Sepic's Guardian. Kill it now! That's what I think it is. The temple doors will not be strong enough to hold it back. You must destroy it before that happens.
All the vandals have gone, and you're racing across this bridge.
Do not let Sepix enter that temple.
Using you.
Detecting reinforcements approaching your coordinates. Must hold the mountain, Guardian.
Oh no!
All this trouble to break into an old temple?
Even old wolves still bite. Shiro, what's your status?
Circling around to make sure the area is clear. Be there in a sec.
Well done, Guardian. The temple is secure. Now we can... Shiro, get a lock on it.
I just picked up... Wait. Multiple impacts near the wall in Sector 17.
They're attacking the sensor grid. They must know where Siva is. Guardian, go to the Cosmodrome immediately. If Sepix escapes, the Fallen won't be our only problem.
What rewards did I get? I did get some rewards. That's very good. Very generous. Let's have a look at those rewards. Explosive pyre. What was this? Flame Seeker. Enemies fell by your hammer exploit, chaining fiery solid damage to others. Okay. Good. Not even try that one. Okay, so that's all done. We'll continue. A new mission will be allocated. Yep, that's right, this is where it is. The walls come down is the mission of Russia on Earth. And it is a story mission. Thought of you familiar with Destiny and its concept. Story mission is the backbone of everything we do here, but then we have also strikes and raids and patrols and all sorts of other nice things in here.
Lord Saladin, you said the Fallen knew about Siva.
That's because I went to great lengths to lock it away. The records are in the Iron Temple.
Okay, but if the Fallen already know about Siva, then shouldn't we?
What you need to do now is track Sepix. If we find him, we will know the extent of the corruption.
Find Sepix.
Okay, I don't know which scares me more. The giant catch, or whatever took a bite out of the wall.
Guardian, it's Shiro. You're gonna need some cover. Make for the Cosmodrome.
Just bear with me in 1 minute. I need to take a very short break. I'll be back in less than 1 minute. There we are, my friends, I'm back, and we are going to be now persevering with our mission.
Need to get through that wall.
That was pretty good with that captain. It's very strong, but my weapon was a bit more powerful than him. And therefore he's gone.
With most of the Kells gone, getting a force this large to work together is almost impossible. Saladin, you mentioned a sensor grid. Can we use that to tell how far this occupation extends?
The Fallen are irrelevant, Shiro. The only thing that matters now is finding Sepix.
One of my other favorite weapons has been kind of left out of action for a while, and we're gonna bring it back in because really I like doing that. Special ammunition. I don't believe it. Why is it I don't have any ammunition for it? It's ridiculous. Back to my good friend. Fusion rifle. Didn't see him. Oh, there he is. I don't have a special ammunition for it either. Well then. managed to get in here after all. That's pretty good. Well, that's pretty good. So you could see how my grenades are recharging really fast. Collecting a few goodies as well.
Lots of fallen, but still no sign of Sepics.
You know what, I really enjoy replaying Destiny and coming back to it. It's a bit like coming back to your friends and family. It's extraordinary. A vast game with lots of interesting parts and chapters, and it always feels great. You know, I've been doing The Division for a week and then Apex beforehand, and it just feels great. But also it feels great to be able to engage with a variety, you know?
What is that pattern over there? Can we take a closer look?
I've always been a variety gamer. I've played lots of different games, but I had my personal favourites, and Destiny, Mass Effect, Dragon Age, you know, Neverwinter. These are the games I absolutely adore. But at the end of the day, you know, lots of different games out there that I really like. And I have to tell you that if you are a subscriber to PlayStation Now or to Game Pass on Xbox, absolutely, please do use those services. You'll be able to access different games, you can try them, you can see what they're like. And, you know, definitely a very, very good way of finding out what the games are like. This scanned.
I'm picking up some strange readings. It's like what was on everything around it.
That is Siva. With the proper direction, it could create anything a civilization would need. At least in theory.
One of the games I've played
Hive?
quite a bit recently.
The Hive tend to keep to the dark. Something is driving them into the open.
Was Metro 2043 and Last Light, and we are going to do that game in here as well as a bit of you know, a refresher, going back to the old way, to the older games. It's funny really, because when I think of Metro, I don't think of it as being old, but I guess this is just me. Old games, I keep thinking of 3DC and Black Dahlia, and games that were out there some 25-30 years ago. The original Tex Murphy, Martian Chronicles, I remember playing that one the original Fallout. Oh, time flies. My hand cannon is so deadly to those knights, it's just extraordinary. It's funny because some people keep playing like that all the time and I just find it so disconcerting. I get immediately dizzy and, you know, get like a massive headache. Dizzy is probably, you know, doing like that. I've seen one of my streamer colleagues, she's a pro PUBG player, and she walks and she goes like this all the time, you know, even faster than me. Daffrit's here. Hello Daffrit, how are you doing? Good to see you. Thank you very much for, you know, coming to my broadcast and watching, communicating. And Daffrit says, why are you so good at this game? Well, to be honest with you, I don't think I'm particularly good at this game. I'm, you know, just a gamer. But if you were to be watching some of my colleagues here who are true Destiny veterans, Matthias in particular, then iGoose, then Captain Jack and Taco Inquisition, and, you know, some of those friends of mine here in our Destiny community, then you would see what really good means. They are astonishingly good. They can do anything you want. And Matthias is a true expert on Destiny and anything Destiny related. So if you have any questions, anything, you can always ask him. I guarantee you he'll be able to give you a proper, straightforward answer with all the helpful tips as well. I've learned everything, well, the vast majority of things I know about Destiny from Matthias. But at the end of the day, like with most other games, if there's one thing that really matters, then it is practice. You know, the slogan, practice makes perfect, and it really does. When you play a certain game many times, then, you know, you learn and you become better. I remember when I started on the Warlock initially, it was so difficult because I had no levels and, you know, I had nothing. I had to really do everything step by step, and some sections were so difficult, and then I asked my Destiny veteran friends to join me in co-op and, you know, multiplayer, and we cracked on and, you know, we conquered many of those tasks, and it was really good fun. But, you know, it all depends on the game as well, because you get games that are highly competitive, and there are also games where lots of different things need to be learned. So not just the basic gameplay and shooting, but how you're going to be doing inventory, how you will enable special skills and that sort of thing. So they require a lot of planning and thinking. Hang on a minute, I'm getting a bit annoyed with this one. I really want to regain life as well. It does appear that some of the enemies here are a bit harder than early on. I'm not sure why, but I've tried to get rid of him with my weapon. My fusion rifle is very mighty, so watch this. Fusion rifle is very mighty, and oh, there's another one. Okay, the second one's also been resolved. But to be honest with you, in Destiny, one of the things that we were not discussing as much is actually the way you use your weapon. Some weapons, like for instance hand cannons, they're more suited for certain enemies, like for those knights. If you're aiming towards the knight's head, right, so have a look. Oh, acolyte. See that? If you're aiming towards his head, it's just one shot, one kill, so you save ammunition, and the hand cannons are quite deadly. And if you're using one of the perks, then it will give you some explosive rounds as well, so when the enemy, this particular enemy, is hit, then they will explode. And, you know, so it's two things at once. an appropriate weapon, as well as some of the perks. But coming back to your point, you know, there are different weapons that work best with certain types of enemies. This fusion rifle, remember, your fusion rifle has to be always the top level. So you need to be like 390 plus in order to be able to use it, because it is reloading really slowly, and if you are doing it to low levels, then you get killed. You're just simply not fast enough, or the beam is not powerful enough in order to destroy certain enemies. On my Hunter and my Titan, I've been using hand cannons quite a lot, and on my Warlock I've been using automatic weapons. So, you know, it depends also on the character, depends on what you wish to achieve and how you want to play the game. This game, that is, Destiny. Well, in recent times we played Apex, we played Anthem, we played The Division 1 and 2. So lots of different, you know, lots of different games here, all of course very interesting and provided us with lots of challenges. I guess the Division and Anthem are quite not similar, but you know, they have this open world stroke strategy type of aura. Anthem perhaps a bit closer to Destiny, but on the other hand, the Division 1 is very close to Anthem in terms of you know, the use of specialist teams of 4. And if you watched my stream during the last week, you would have seen loads of teams on board. We played lots of matches. In fact, the Division 1 I played entirely as a multiplayer. It was right at the beginning when I was doing some tutorials and telling people what to do initially. I've done some single missions, because single missions in the Division 1 are not fun at all, for me. Well, they might be really a lot of fun if you're doing them without trying the multiplayer, but as this is a multiplayer game, you know, construed from go-go to be played together in a team, then it just literally takes some different dimension, and it's so much more enjoyable. Watch this.
Just lost all readings from the sensor grid. There's a monitoring station near your location. Hook into it and try to get the grid back online.
No problem.
We need to get rid of that wizard immediately. And there's also another wizard. I don't hear him. Don't see him really. He must be up here. There he is. Just remember, these wizards, they keep respawning all the enemies, so they're your first port of call in that. You've got to be able to do them first. I guess Destiny is a bit like Elder Scrolls, you know? You've got to spend a lot of time learning about the game and, you know, playing it and then training yourself in it. And then eventually, you know, you get to very high standards. Elder Scrolls will have here as well. I just have a difficulty in finding out how to really construe my schedule, because there's so many different games out there, and I just feel that doing a couple of hours in the game doesn't do it justice. You know, I like doing the streams which are, you know, on average 5 hours. I think it's a good chunk, and everyone watching can really kind of learn and immerse and enjoy the game. Otherwise you're just scratching the surface, and I don't really like that. I like, you know, doing things more thoroughly. Alright, let's see where we need to go. Probably inside of the building. Something to be scanned, but it looks to it. Hacked, rather.
There's not enough left of the sensor grid to fix. Wait. We can pull the logs from the monitoring station. Would that be enough to figure out what these Fallen are up to?
Do it.
Something weird incoming. These Fallen are different. They're augmented with some sort of technology, like Sepics.
Augmented or not, we need that sensor data.
I don't think I like the new and improved Fallen.
How do I get out of that? As you can see, I'm using two different weapons for these enemies because some weapons will wear the backpack. Regain life as well.
Got everything I could out of the sensor logs.
Oh.
Nice job, Guardian. But we still have to deal with Sepics.
We no longer need the servitor, Shiro. I've seen enough to know the Fallen have restarted production of Siva. Guardian, we've established a base at the Iron Temple. Join us here.
Indeed, sir. I shall join you very shortly. Fear God, honor the King. Over and out. Okay, so we are ready to go back. As you can see, this mission forward on Rise of Iron, the final DLC on Destiny the Collection. We'll take a snapshot of that, and we'll take another one of this one. You might ask, well, why are you doing this? Well, it's simple. I collect these screenshots and then I compare results. Some progressing in the game, some carrying on, I can compare the missions and see how fast or how slowly I've done them. So that's really always of advantage to me overall. Advise everyone else to do the same. And if you like, you can obviously post them on your Instagram and your Twitter. If you like comparing scores. Sometimes for the competitive multiplayer, I do that. PUBG and Apex, I've done that. But for the rest of the games, I usually post screenshots of the actual gameplay and what I do in the game. So I guess the standard player preference. So now we have to go back to the Iron Temple and we need to talk to Lord Saladin. Some upgrades. Let's see, what are the upgrades? I thought so. Sunbreaker class. We have Titan Codex 5. All attributes, maximum recovery. Yeah, that's what we want. And then, let me see. Okay, the rest is, I think, fairly straightforward. Well, this is what we definitely do not want. Dismantle that one. Oh, 340. No, thank you. And those engrams will be decoded once we get back. If you ask yourself, how is it that he's got all these powerful weapons in there? Well, it's quite easy. If you are playing on 3 separate characters, the best weapons, so that will be your exotic and legendary. You know, if you've got some spares, then you have to keep them in your stash or in your vault. And then once you come to another character, all of that vault is being kept for the same character, for the new character, and you can use it more or less straight away. Well, you need to level up first. You have to be level 40, and then all the weapons are accessible. And this is how you're going to, you know, make some of your progress, I guess, somewhat accelerated. When you're on your first character, well, that's going to take a little while. Okay, so back to our beloved Iron Temple, which is where? There, of course, Fellwinter Peak. Alright, nice. King of the Mountain we completed. There we go. Without further ado, stand by and then proceed. There we are, my friends, we are back. We'll have to talk to Lord Saladin, as you've seen.
Checking for available bounties now.
Does look like lots of people are playing Destiny tonight, which is quite good. At one stage there was hardly anyone playing Destiny, but obviously the times have changed. I think lots of people who completed Destiny Forsaken, Destiny Forsaken, and also some of the seasons have come back. Still, Destiny 1 is preferred
Siva is one of the
when
many
compared
threats, I
to
hope.
the sequel.
Guardian, my fellow Iron Lords died fighting to keep Siva contained. Since that day, I have kept watch for its return, for the day we'd be required once again.
The Iron Temple has been silent for too long, now it can serve a purpose again. If the need has arisen again, I think you should be the one to relight the fires.
Long ago, the flames on this mountaintop stood as a symbol to humankind that the Iron Lords would protect them. If the need has arisen again, I think you should be the one to relight those fires.
Indeed, sire. I shall do so immediately. Fear God, honor the king. So what we'll do now is we need to light those fires. And we are to do that, I think, over here.
Feed the dragon that is your might, and it will arm you with a
Postmaster
fire no
has
weapon can match.
Your name?
something for us. One lost item is
All
there
done.
for us. Thank you, my friend. I'll be back after another battle. Okay.
Channel Delta.
We've got it done. It's a nice picture here with this wolf see them better if I was to stand here. I can put two of them in my shot, maybe. Don't see them too well, but I can see them very well now. There we go, a perfect screenshot. Is everyone taking screenshots? I think you should. And then post them on Instagram or Twitter, Facebook. Share your achievements, share what you like the best, share your trained eye for high quality photography. I'll construe something in the future which is going to be like a forum for my community to be doing exactly that, probably on my blog. At the moment my blog is still being built and then we'll communicate from my blog. Provide an opportunity for everyone to come in and share not just the views and thoughts but also the visual images. And what better way to do that
You here to fight
but
or
by
scout?
taking screenshots and then sharing them with everyone else. I love watching screenshots, I like collecting them as well. That's been completed, so we need to go and speak to Tyra. Tyra is inside of the Iron Temple. So many people are here. I wonder whether the DLC was offered on discounted rates, so people are doing it, or there must be a reason that there's so many people here tonight. We are. Good evening, madam.
We haven't met yet. I'm Tyra Karn. I was once the archivist in service of the Iron Lords. Saladin called me back because he believes my knowledge of what happened here could be of use.
That's guy the Vanguard sent, Shiro. He asked me to look at the logs he brought back. I passed along what I could gather, and now he's asking to see you. To go and speak to Shiro.
That scout the Vanguard sent? Shiro? He asked me to look at those logs you brought back. Apparently, I'm the only one old enough to make sense of them. In any case, I passed along what I could gather. And now he's asking to see you.
You're asking yourself who Shiro is. He is that character who's standing at the foot of the bridge. Just before you get to the bridge is that.
I hope you can appreciate what you have now.
Indeed, Madam, I shall. Rakuguena.
It's seen more years than most of us.
Final mark. Mycenae.
Take care of it.
Mycenae.
There aren't many like
and
it
there's
anymore.
another reward. So we had plenty. So let's see. 390. 394. Well, what's this? 385, 394. Don't want it. It's exotic. 385, 391. We don't want anything which is below 390. 385. Okay. Wait a minute. 385 rocket launcher. I don't want that one. Also this one I want to get rid of. And then 390. Nothing in there. All sorted out. Okay. Go back to that. 390. So it's all good.
Thank you.
So we need to speak to Shiro. Shiro is just further down below. You know, I wonder also whether people played Anthem and were a bit disappointed with all the glitches also would have come back. You can see everyone here is level 40. Astonishing. I've ever seen that many people here at the Iron Temple.
We need to know more about these new splicers.
See him a bit. It's gonna make a nice screenshot as well.
Hey, we spoke on the radio. I'm Shiro 4. I run scouting missions for Cade and the Vanguard.
Those logs you pull show major fallen occupation in what Saladin's calling the Plaguelands. We want to send in a force to fight them, but we need someone to go in first and clear the path. Don't suppose you'd be interested? Indeed, sir, I am interested, and I will clear the path. I shall do so immediately. Fear God, honor the king.
Those logs you pulled showed a major fallen occupation out in what Saladin's calling the Plaguelands. I've had the tower scramble reinforcements, but we're going to need someone to guide them in. Don't suppose you know anyone who'd be interested?
Yes, I do. I volunteered.
Maintain your focus.
Will do, sir. Will do, sir. Shall be back after another hard battle. Fear God, honor the king. So we've completed this, and as you can see, we've got those.
We have a lot to discuss.
This makes it a very nice screenshot as well. Just a bit, yeah, very nice. Beautifully composed. What I want to see was the temple and also those fires together with Shiro and myself.
Our best shot at controlling this is
So
to get a
up
better
we
grasp
go.
of Siva tech capabilities.
Let's see, go to orbit. And they said it is the Plaguelands we need to go to. Okay. For whatever reason the game keeps changing this and I don't want that. I really don't. Set destination. What's this? Siva Crisis Heroics, weekly featured raid, Challenge of Elders, weekly Nightfall, weekly story playlist, Mayhem Clash. Okay, so let me just quickly think. What do I need to do? This is what I need to do. One of the bounties, get 30 precision kills using a primary weapon, has been completed. I've gone up in reputation. Must have been blind not to have seen it. Light 300 normal. There we go. We are off to the Plaguelands to complete the mission. The mission is called the Plaguelands, and this is a story. Destroy the heavy weaponry, the fallen.
The Iron Lords believed we could contain Siva by destroying the chamber where it was produced. These Fallen must have restarted the process. We need to get back into the chamber and cut off the flow of Siva at the source.
I think we need to focus on what we know. The Fallen have occupied a military bunker in the Plaguelands. We won't get any reinforcements in that area until the Fallen's artillery is taken out.
The Fallen are a symptom. Siva is the disease.
Fallen are symptom. Siva are the disease. There we are. Head tool.
All right. Vanguard reinforcements are standing by. But until those guns are down, they can't leave the hangar. I need you to shut them down.
Will do, sir.
Understood.
Will do, sir. Proceeding with caution.
Guardian, there's a dead Vandal near you. Can you give me a scan?
Indeed, sir, shall. Over and out. There's this dead vandal.
He's fallen, basically, but armor is enhanced. Weapons have been modified. Cybernetic enhancements.
Most fallen houses have a sect dedicated to this sort of thing. They're called splicers. They're like body hackers, bioengineers.
It is worse than I feared. The splicers are not only using SIVA to transform this place, they are using its technology to transform themselves.
So we've heard it all. We need to discover more, so let's crack on.
The Fallen have done some remodeling.
They're taking the metal for something big. Hope they're not using it to toughen up those gun emplacements. I've never seen the Fallen do anything on this scale before. I'm calling for more reinforcements.
You said yourself reinforcements will be useless until the guns are down. Besides, they will not be prepared for what they'll find.
You always have to be very, very careful when you face those fusion rifles, because some of the enemies will have the same type of rifle that I've got. Very, very powerful fusion rifle, and it's similar to snipers. And the only difference is they produce a bit of noise, but you know, once those beams are travelling, they're alerting you a little bit, and therefore you can get away. But make sure that when you are facing the enemies with those fusion rifles, you know, make sure that you are taking life first. Because otherwise, they will neutralize you. Like snipers, you know, they're very powerful. That's pretty good. Both of those went up in the air without any difficulty, and guess what? by the looks of it, we need to go back and see what is hiding.
I thought SIVA was technology,
walls.
but this, it's like something alive, growing, out of control.
These devil splicers are using SIVA, but they cannot control it. They are like children with a new toy.
I don't know of any toys that eat Russian industrial complexes.
There we go.
Those guns were destroyed during the collapse. How did the Fallen...
It's not the Fallen.
Maybe it's not, but the Fallen are the ones pulling the triggers out here. The Vanguard wants them taken down, we take them down.
Capture the bunker.
If SIVA does what the wielder wishes, then whoever's controlling this hasn't quite gotten the hang of it.
Just by the sounds of it, that is true.
Detecting a high concentration of SIVA shielding the gun emplacements.
Even SIVA-enhanced shields would require an energy source. But be careful. There's something familiar about all this.
Right. Destroy the familiar generators and then take down Shiro's zombie stuff.
Wait a minute. That's definitely not right. We want that sniper back on. Come on, hurry up. Okay.
shield power levels are dropping. That's it. Shield is collapsing. You should be clear.
Guns are upstairs. Take them out.
Guns upstairs. Take them out. Indeed, sir, shall. Over
If I
and
didn't know
out.
better, I'd say the splicers were creating a beachhead. Something of this scale could be used against the city.
So, those destroyed guns? Siva undestroyed them.
Undestroyed?
Look for a central SIVA node inside those emplacements. Destroy that, and it will break the Fallen's hold on the gun.
Wait a minute. What's hitting me? Boo. That's ridiculous. But you know what? I need to change my weapon.
So, those destroyed guns? Siva undestroyed them.
Undestroyed?
Look for a central SIVA node inside those emplacements. Destroy that, and it will break the Fallen's hold on the gun.
Get ready. Fallen are sending in reinforcements.
Keep it going. Air support is standing by, but they can't do much while those guns are still up.
As you can see, we do have one last gun.
Great job. Hawks are inbound. Just hold the area until they get there.
Shiro, I'm pretty sure that air support isn't going to get here in time.
Tank.
Saladin.
It's directing the corruption to resurrect the guns.
working.
Centuries passed and I have learned nothing. Shiro, can your forces secure that area?
We'll do our best.
Try. I need the Guardian to return to the temple. If we are to avoid the mistakes which led us here, he and I must speak about the fall of the Iron Lords.
We destroyed everything in here, which was to be attacked. So you could see, mission complete. We are back to the Iron Temple. So we need to speak to Tyra, and this was the last mission for tonight. Somewhat shorter broadcast than usual, but tonight we're going to have an early night, and tomorrow we start early. So there you are. And tomorrow our Destiny world and adventures continue. We completed everything else, and Destiny will just carry on. As always, as you know, this channel is Peg to Destiny.
This may not make sense to you, but it took your fight to remind me that immortality is not the same as invincibility.
I don't understand.
When the ghosts first found us, those who were chosen were blessed with power, but not wisdom. The Iron Lords came together in search of a solution to mankind's struggles. Instead, we found Siva. We dreamt of using Siva to build starships, colonies. We would become what the Traveler always believed we could be.
But something happened.
Siva had been lost to time. When Temur tracked it to the Cosmodrome, we thought our quest was finally over. Siva would be ours for the taking. Rasputin responded. More than 100 Iron Lords entered the Plague Lands. Only 9 reached the replication chamber. But since we were chosen by the Traveler and our cause was just, we were certain the day would be ours. Until Siva took control. It infected our weapons, our armor. The corruption puppeted us against one another. In the end, Yolder sealed the chamber with the Iron Lords inside, rather than let Siva escape. The battle was won. Heroes died. And our mistakes stayed here.
But Rasputin survived.
This is not Rasputin. But neither is it something I know how to fight. They are using Siva in ways we never even imagined.
Out with the Fallen yet. Where did they learn?
They haven't mastered Siva yet. This is all still new to them. See Tyra. She studied Siva's origins. If there's a way to track the Fallen's discoveries, she will know where to look.
And there we are, my friends. We come back to the base, which is our Iron
I
Temple
am authorized to transmit and receive bounties from the tower.
base at
Our fallen
Winter
problem
Peak.
isn't going away anytime soon.
And what we'll do now is we'll just have a look at those beautiful scenes
Assist you with tower bounties.
and then call it a night.
Checking for available bounties now.
So as you can see, we'll come here.
Guardian.
We'll not speak
Cade
to
speaks highly
Shiro.
of you.
Just looking at the scenes. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful?
You here to
Taking a
fight or
screenshot.
scout? Either way, I can use
Right,
your
we've
light.
had our Destiny broadcast for tonight. We've come to its end. Thank you all for coming. Thank you
These
for
fallen aren't
participating.
gonna back
Thank you for
down
watching, and
anytime
thank you for
soon.
being with our Destiny community yet again. We are resuming with our Destiny broadcast from
All
today.
due respect to
And
Solomon,
as you know, we've had
the Siva threat is more than lost honor.
Shadow bounty.
as you know, we've been away for a little while, and due to the fact that we played the Division 1, Apex and Anthem, and also the Division 2 beta. So we'll come back to Destiny, we'll carry on, we want to complete the story missions on our Titan in the same way as we've done with our other two characters. We want to complete all three characters with 4400. We are going to be doing raids very, very shortly, so watch this space and definitely join my Twitter for the news on that. I have several community members gathering forces for those raids, so that is exactly how we are going to do them. And after we completed all the raids, we'll go to sequel, which is Destiny 2 Forsaken. As you know, we have completed story missions on my Warlock, and we'll carry on with Forsaken, and then Gambit, and then the seasons. So a lot to look forward to, but indeed I thank you all for coming tonight. Hope you enjoyed what you've seen. Hope you still love Destiny as much as I do. It always feels like coming back home, you know, coming back to family and friends anytime I come back to Destiny. In fact, I was discussing it with one of my colleagues the other day. Maybe at some point we'll do Destiny on Xbox as well, and then we'll try to compare, maybe also on PC. I just have to work out whether the stats can be imported. We'll have to see. If not, we'll start from scratch. Why not? It's going to be good fun again, doing it on another platform, and we can compare really the visuals and the effects and everything else. So that is going to be another possibility in our not too distant future. Alright, so thank you very much for coming, thank you for watching, and on that note I wish you all a very, very good night.
Acknowledging confirmation of bounty. Hello, Guardian. I am authorized to transmit and receive bounties from the tower. Do you have bounties to return, Guardian? Bounty C-1321 is no longer available. I have been dispatched by the Vanguard. Unable to confirm resolution of bounty. Bounties now. Do you have bounties to report, Guardian?
How well do you know the Cosmodrome?
Tower opening Hygeia cluster bounty.
more Fallen we drop, the better off we'll all be. Archivist isn't a job description. It's who and what she is at her core. She consumes history to understand it and to share it. Whatever you do, don't call the wolves mascots while Saladin's around.